and all of that. What action steps are you taking to generate leads? Okay, that makes sense. Nice, I like it. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It is.
And I'm
Oh, we are
thinking,
live.
and this is funny. I gotta take this. Yeah, we are. Sorry, y'all. I take this off of the LinkedIn for me, and TC has this LinkedIn for the Women into Networking account. Had to do some changes there, right? And welcome to the live. We are here for Effortless Marketing, creating lead magnets, and myself and TeeCee Okore. We are really like talking more about the in-depth action steps about what are you taking to generate leads. Some of the things that I think myself and TeeCee have been speaking on really does open up a lot of conversation around are we hoping, praying, wishing, believing, or are we actually taking action, right? And I was telling TC how just yesterday alone, right? And I was just expressing how it was a beautiful thing. I went out to a restaurant that I didn't even know was a restaurant. I walked past it. I'm like, okay, that looks nice, right? And a lot of times when we're showing up, we're not showing up visibly, and that was something that I noticed that even a brick and mortar can be invisible. Like you can literally walk past an establishment and not know that it's a business because they're not showing up, right? And we do that too. We do that ourselves. We get behind our phone, we set up social media accounts, we set up the website, like we do all these things, but then we don't take action in showing up the right way so that we can get the results. And we talked about that in the last lives. We know that there are some sabotaging behaviors around that. That is not my specialty. I did just partner up with a business therapist, Lashana West. She is going to specialize that for you. Like if you really like lost in the sauce and sometimes mindfulness is not going to it's not going to fix it, right? We have to really dig deep into our nervous system to figure out like, why do I not show up? Why am I not asking for the support? Why am I not asking for the sale? And I'll give you a demonstration of how simple that is in conversation. But I support women, mostly women entrepreneurs and career professionals, even to make sure that you can transition into business properly, have a sustainable model, so you know exactly what step by step process you're going to take to get to, your audience, to know how to market to them, to even have all the tools and the strategies to equip yourself to know how to specifically get to your ideal customer and not waste time or spend a lot of time figuring that out. Now, TC, on the other hand, she's going to actually work with you. Like, this is different because TC is going to go in the back end of your business and she's going to dig around and she's going to be like, okay, this sucks. This is not working. This is why you're not making money. And then she's going to tell you what to do. And she's also going to show you how to do it and do it for you. I think that at the end of the day, when we talk about this, taking action steps and what are you doing to generate leads, I'm going to elaborate on something that happened yesterday that myself and TC just talked about. And I think for me, it comes very seamless, right? Because I've been doing it for a long time. And also, I'm a very charismatic, free, spirit filled person. Like, I like people, right? But everybody doesn't like people. Some people can't stand being around other people. So, how do you deal with that and then go out into the world and market yourself so that you have to be yourself around people to get them to like you, but at the same time to also buy from you? So, we're going to talk about that today. TC, please introduce yourself and let's get into the conversation.
I love the parts this conversation is going to, and I really love the action taking part. Hey everyone, my name is TC, and for today I call myself the action taker. Okay, that was let's just flow with the conversation. All right, but yes, I'm a launch and sales. I'm a launch and sales automation strategist. Talk about systems, talk about sales funnels, talk about the back end of your business technology, getting the back end of your business streamlined, simplified, just so you're able to work smart, stay purposeful while you make more money, keeping your mental health intact. Right? It's a mix of all of it. Allegra was saying something before we joined live, and she said, when it comes down to generating these leads, comes down to making those sales. So sometimes it goes way beyond what we see. Okay, it's more internal. It's more like back end. And when I say back end, we look at the mindset, psychology. I don't do mindset. Okay, I don't do like therapy kind of thing, but I do more of taking action on the structure, because even when we say you need to stay confident, you need to stay confident. There are certain things that you need to put in place to help empower that confidence so that you are confident, okay, in what you have going on. Take action, take action. You've learned enough. Like literally, there's some people that, they can we know that you know this. Okay, so but just because you know it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to give you results. Okay, because if you don't implement it, it's as good as you just don't know it. Okay, because it's not going to add anything because you are not taking action, you are not implementing it. So let me give an example. I have this client, okay, and she said to me, she said, you know what, TC, I want to make so she came to meet me, she said, TC, I need to make money, right? And I said, how much do you want to make? Because you see, making money is relative. Some people are fine with making 100. Some people are fine with making 1 million. Some people are fine with making, 1 billion. Some people, when they say I want to make money, it's something different they're talking about. So when you said I want to make money, I want to get sales, I need clients, I want clients, all of those things, they are, to me, I said they're vague. Okay, so that's not a goal. Tell me what exactly your end goal is. Okay, tell me in clear terms what exactly you want to happen. So I said to her, I said, okay, you know what? I don't want to hit this thing so hard you're not able to understand. Now, in figures, tell me how much are you looking to make? And she said something that drew me backwards. And she said, if I can make, listen, she said, if I can make 500 a month, 500 a month, I think I'm fine. I stayed like this and I said, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm like, no, that's not the energy. Like, all of what everything you have, you can't give yourself that kind of cap. That shouldn't be the cap you're giving yourself. And I said to her, I said, you know what? You think that your problem is making sales. You think your problem is getting clients. So that's not the problem. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about how you set goals for yourself, right? How you're able to confidently tell yourself, this is what I'm worth, this is what I can make. And so you're able to focus on making the right, getting yourself the right ROI. And I said to her, I said, no, you know what? Let's pause. We have to talk about this. Okay. And that's because I feel like she should be, for a start, you just starting. Let's talk about at least you're not doing so much. 2,000. Okay. You want to start to cut the cap. You want to start with 5,000, for example, right? Now you want to build that way. You don't want to limit yourself. You already know these things. The most important thing is, what steps do I need to take to get to that part where I need to get to? Now it also starts with where you place your mind, right? What you're telling yourself, how much you're telling yourself that you're worth, your services are worth, the value you're bringing to the table is what. So most times, it all starts from the back, and then we go forward. Allegra, can you see me? No, you did something. You did something. You did something. Check it. So you know why I love technology and I love these tools is because sometimes they make you smile. Even when you don't want to, like you're not like in the mood. Things just happening and you're like, what? But going back to the conversation, anyways, you want to, as much as possible, get the basics all figured out. Allegra was, just gisting me about what happened to her yesterday, and she said something about some people be like behind their phones, and I said to her, I said, Allegra, some people might still go to where you went to, and they still wouldn't take action. They wouldn't voice out. They would just stay there hoping that the client is going to come to their face and knock, 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 knock. I need you. Like, how would they know that they need you when they don't even know you exist? Right? It's the act of taking action. When it comes down to generating leads, It's your capacity to take action. It's your capacity to be proactive. It's your ability to know when to move, how to move. Okay? It's not about do I know that I need to move? You know that you need to move. Now it is, when do I move? How do I move? Right? When it comes down to generating this leads. And that's basically what we're going to be deep diving into. But I see Allegra be like nodding her head. So go on, Allegra. I know you have something to say.
Let me first and foremost just reconnect this back to the Facebook group because I did accidentally do a couple things. Okay. So, yes, technology is doing its thing. Um, TC, you said so many great things there, and I just want to highlight it because one of the major components of what I see happening, right, is exactly what you said. We have lots of information, right? And I'm guilty of this too, right? You accumulate lots of information. You're motivated. You're inspired. Like I'm a big component of writing things down. So if you tell me something, most likely I'm going to tell you, hold on, let me write it down. Because it helps to support the longevity of the measure of that thing, right? It's a matter of respect. It's like when God gives you a vision or a dream, right? And you don't write it down. And then years later, someone has this like amazing concept and you're like, I remember God gave me that vision. A lot of times, when we don't write things down or we don't like take note of it, it just kind of goes away, right? Because we have so many other new things that we're learning. Same thing in business. And TC, I want to talk about action because when I when I coach, I think for me, it comes from a place where I deeply want you to win, right? And sometimes that means like I'm like, hurry up and get to it, right? Like take the action. But what I've realized is that there are so many things that happen prior to the action step, right? Like we talked about learning. So if you learned a lot of business, if you understand how to do it, right? If you understand how it affects people, right? That's all part of the learning process. And if you haven't gone through those stages, right, then a lot of times we get stuck in the learning process, right? Because we're like, okay, well, I learned it, but I never tested it out to see how it affects other people. That's another stage of knowledge, right? And that's what we call market research. That's what we go, okay, perfect. Now you know enough about your audience to move forward with those real action steps, which is pretty much what I did yesterday. And I told TC, I said, TC, when I go out into the world, part of what I do is I talk to people all the time. And TC said to us the last live, she said, you are the biggest lead generating tool out there. You, not the marketing flyer, not the brochure, not the t-shirt, not that, what I'm saying? Like we get very involved and caught up about things, but everything that we do in marketing supports us. It supports who you are already. So if you're not already working on yourself as the best CEO you can be, which is what I train in my programs, right? Then what happens is anything that is going on in your life comes into your business. And so if you're shy, if you are not confident, if you feel like you're lacking in any area of your life, it is going to definitely take over in your business. And so this is why I've seen where someone can have the most amazing strategy, right? Like they can have the best. I've seen the best of the best business plans where I'm like, all you do is have to go to your bank or go to that investor and talk to that investor, explain to them how they're going to make their money back from this document, right? And then you can get their money, right? It's a simple explanation, right? Like you can tell someone, but will they actually take the action? But will they actually go from I made the pitch deck to I'm pitching to the investor? And those action steps take a lot of you understanding and knowing about your business so much that you're confident enough to show up anywhere, any place, and whether you have to create a lead generating document that me and myself and TC have talked about, and we're going to be doing that in our masterclass. TC, I just went across the 47th script. Okay, so so you all are you can have a lot of information. Like I'm making scripts and downloads, right? You have audio downloads from like years before that we've done, myself and TC. how to attract your buyers and keep them, right? Remember those rooms, TeeCee? Powerful information. And when you are not able to take that information and apply it, that's where the stress comes into place. Remember, TeeCee, you said that there's analysis paralysis, and I want you to talk about that, because when you hit on that, I said, yeah, absolutely, analysis paralysis. It comes with you not taking action. It comes with us really being in a mindset where it'll drop out the sky. Something will happen one day. That person will just call me miraculously and say, I want to give you $10,000 for that perfect program you have, right? This is not going to happen. What's going to happen is that people are going to overlook you. They're going to go past you, and then they're going to myself and TeeCee, because we're on a live stream telling them where they need to put their money, or we're talking to them in person at like yesterday. And I'll share this, TeeCee, and I want you to talk about the analysis paralysis again, because I want to reinvigorate that. Because as we're going through this process, we're not only coaching you, right, through this masterclass, because I'm here, right? So you're going to get coached, but you also get to do the work. So we're not talking about, oh, okay, I just want to get a lot of information. You've done enough information. You don't need any more. Okay. What you need is you need to apply what you already know. And then if you want to get more information after that, cool. You know, that's fine. But you have to apply what you already know. Otherwise, it is way. TeeCee, yesterday, I decided to take my laptop to a Starbucks. I just of work, our offices, and I decided to go to a restaurant, right? Didn't even know it was a restaurant because I walked past it 3 times because I was thought, oh, this is really cute, weird. But the only thing that gave it away was that they had windows on all sides. There were no walls. It was all the walls were windows, right? So even though there's no balloons up, even though there was no big sign, right? I could see inside the restaurant completely. And that is level of transparency and marketing yourself with, like, the building itself was a marketing tool. Okay. But I told TeeCee, I said that was intriguing, but I walked past it 3 times. Right. So, I'm over here looking for a place where I can work on my laptop. So I decided, let me go in and try it out. Right. Go inside, talk to the people, hey, how you doing? It was like maybe 6 people in this restaurant, y'all. 6. Like, it was like super empty, but the place was beautiful. The music was the bomb. Like, I'm talking about, I just felt so good in there. The ambiance was amazing. The service was amazing, right? Like, and I'm sitting here, and the guy that greeted me at the door, right, he goes and sits at the table next to me. And I'm sitting there like, okay, that's weird. The host is just sitting down at the table next to me, right? Of course, you got to look for something weird. And I just, I'm working on my laptop. I'm working on websites. I'm doing, the work that I need to, being focused. And I'm talking to my server. And this is why I think that some people have to realize that, when you're in business, you have to know when to create dialogue. Okay. And one of the biggest things for me is ask lots of questions. And what I was doing was I was asking my server lots of questions, right? How long have y'all been here? What's your mission? And this is because I work with large companies, right? And mostly starting out with restaurants and bars and establishments, because that's my background. I started out as a bartender in 2004. And when I grew my bartending company up to have its own staffing, abilities, because I let that go very early on because my staff were so independent, right? And so when you look at that, and I say, okay, well, that's my passion. So I want to work with restaurants. I still want to work with restaurants. I never stopped doing that. And what I realized was that the guy sitting next to me, after speaking with the server, after observing the place, after going to the bathroom like 3 times, y'all, because when you go to the bathroom, you get to see everything. Right? So I'm looking around, I'm seeing if there's like areas, right, of problem solving opportunities. This is market research. In that moment, I did market research for the establishment, right? I asked the server about the company. I asked him about the mission. I asked him about the core values. I watched the bartender run around like a chicken with his head cut off, because clearly he's passionate about what he does, but he's not structural, so he can't help manage, right? But he's a great bartender. I also observed that there were people sitting in the back and they were having an amazing time. When I say they were in their little comfy zones, and I also observed that the owner himself, who was actually the person sitting next to me, that he was so hands-on in his establishment that he would go back there and serve those tables. He didn't hire a server. He served the tables himself, right? So and he had a server there, which was serving me and the tables, but he still went back and served the tables, right? And so it really dawned on me that, this guy was like helping out or whatever. So I started a dialogue with him. I was like, this place is amazing. I love it. It's just that simple. It doesn't have to be, oh, hey, what do you do for work? Like some people think it's very uncomfortable, right? Because they have to start a dialogue. Starting a dialogue could be anything, right? One of the best things that I do when I start a dialogue is I give a compliment. I really like your glasses. Oh, your hair looks nice. I like that shirt. I'm not going to lie to you though. I'm going to find something I like, and then I'm going to tell you something that I like, right? That's going to create dialogue. It's like an icebreaker. And when you think about a sales conversation has 5 components to it. Okay. I teach this in my coaching programs. And when you have 5 steps to a conversation, you are always having those 5 steps conversation you're having, whether it's with your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your client, you're having 5 steps to a conversation. It's just that what's interesting is that when we have conversations, a lot of times we don't close the conversation when we're having a business conversation. But if you're talking to your girlfriend about something, say if you want to go on vacation and you have a trip that you want to go on. Trip, absolutely. I heard about that. That trip's gonna be so much fun. Oh, you like it too? Perfect, right? That right there is that step 2 in the 5 steps to a conversation, where after you get to the icebreaker, you're validating that they act problem. Because guess what? If my girlfriend said, "Girl, I ain't going on that trip. I can't stand on people," do you think I'm gonna keep having a conversation with her? No. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. And I'm going to go over to the next person that wants to go on vacation with me, right? Well, in business, why, when someone shows a discontent or a lack of interest in your service and product, that you keep trying to sell them? Let them go. Because what happens, and this is what we teach indifference, right? Right? We teach indifference. Because the Jones effect will show you that everybody wants to one up. Like, well, one person, as soon, and we've done this in our community. Like, people be like, oh, I don't really know about that community. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I'll get 5 good people to come up and be like, oh my God, this community is amazing, right? And then what do people do? They go, oh, let me see what's going on. Let me see what's happening in the wind, right? It's not a trick. It's human behavior. And if we are having conversations in our business and we're getting offended when someone says no, or when someone's not showing interest, it's really because the action steps that you're taking are in the wrong place. And that's why me and TeeCee are giving you direction, right? So it's one thing to have knowledge, right? To understand and to interpret that knowledge, to take action, but you also have to have direction, okay? And the action steps that I took yesterday, y'all, I just realized that I walked him through a 5 steps of conversation. And I did the same thing in the lift last week when I was going to an event, y'all. I closed both people. I ended up getting the sale last night. Okay. I put him on contract right then and there, got his email, and we just went, we're going to have a meeting next week. Same thing with the Lyft driver, 30 days of coaching. Okay, and signed up right in the Lyft vehicle. So when you have conversations, y'all, it doesn't have to necessarily be, oh, do I have to have a full strategy and show up on social media? And if you understand your business, like, that's why we write the business plan. And I just want to say this last thing, TeeCee, because I don't want to embarrass nobody, but this is why I hold back and I'm very kind in what I do, right? If I really want to embarrass someone, I would tell them to show me their business plan. If I really wanted to see, right, what you're saying and what you're talking about, like don't tell me nothing. Don't say anything to me. Just show me your business plan. Because what happens is a lot of us are talk, right? We like to talk. Talking is free. Like, it's like anybody can say something. Anybody can have words of, oh, that was fancy. That sounded great, right? But if your results are not speaking for you, but your words are instead, you're going to be very unhappy. Because at the end of the day, you're in business to make money. You're in business to grow, right? And develop as you, as a CEO. That's going to make you a better person. And it's going to touch the lives of everybody else around you. So I'll stop there, TeeCee. I just wanted to emphasize that because I know that we're in a very pivotal place. People are definitely hurting. They're wanting to know, like, what am I doing wrong? Why I came out of this pandemic, and I'm still working on my book, y'all. So don't worry about it. The pandemic biz babies is coming soon. But I'm just telling you, it's a struggle. And I want to hear from you, TeeCee. Go ahead.
I love this
I know that was
I do love the conversation, and it's I think it's amazing how we break these things down, and we really make these things effortless. I was having a conversation with a client, just chill kind of conversation, and she said, "TC, when you do the things you do, you make it look so simple." And I said, it's really, that's the way I make it look. Okay. But the truth is, for you to get to that part, you need to start to do it. Okay. And she said, so we kept talking and we kept talking. And I said, have you stopped to check, my past, like, try to follow me through and see where I started off from and where I am right now? And she said, thinking about it, I think I did. And I said, okay, so what do you think? And she said, well, I think you're much more better now. You are like so indifferent. You're like, well, it's either you take it or you don't take it kind of thing. And I said to her, I said, that's the power of growth. That's the power of doing it. That's the power of knowing that it is possible, because you don't just rely on what you think you know, but what is applicable, right? Because you see, it's very easy when we come and talk. And for me, I started to understand that um, it's very easy to talk about something, okay, until you put it into work. Because sometimes they're two different things entirely. All right. And that's the power of taking action. Allegra said something about, analysis paralysis, okay? And I think I love that, because at every stage in our journey, we find ourselves in that whole scenario, right? And it's not a problem, really. It's not an issue if you are diagnosed by that entrepreneurial um issue. Okay, so I'm no close to medical, but and I'm no close to a therapist, but I feel like this is something that we find ourselves experiencing. So I'm just gonna break it down. When I talk about analysis paralysis, so this has nothing to do with my clients. This was me. This was all me, right? I was just studying, because I study a lot, and I was just studying, and for some reason one research got to another research, and I was thinking about myself. What would I call that part where I keep overthinking things, because I was trying to make a decision, and I just kept going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. And I realized that because I kept going back and forth, I wasn't just going anywhere. Like, I think I'm moving, but I'm not moving because I'm stagnant, right? Because I'm just going, pss, 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 pss. Like, I go like 10 steps. I do like one step forward. I go like 10 steps backward, and I'm nowhere, okay? But in my head, I'm thinking that I'm moving, but I'm not, right? And so I was just, trying to figure out, how I can work around it, how I can navigate it, and all of that. And then I started to research, and that word popped up, right? And then I said, okay, now for me to diagnose myself of this, which is basically the act of overthinking your decisions, okay? And the truth is, I realized that so many business owners, so many entrepreneurs, especially the ones with creative mind, right, we find ourselves in this scenario, right? We are looking into that space of perfection. We want to take action. Or rather, that part where, you see somebody and somebody says, I know it. I know it already. I don't need help. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. Even the greatest of all needs help. The only thing is, where do I need help? What's priority when it comes down to the support that I need? Okay, what can I delegate? What can I outsource? What can I do myself? What is high impact that needs only me to show up as? So just because you think that you know, right? And you think you don't need, you do. So the more we scale, the more we grow, the more high level support that we need, even low level support. Because you get to a stage where you can't find yourself doing certain things, not because you are bigger than those things, but because where you're going to, your vision is bigger than those things. And so you need support in that regard so that you are able to manifest and implement what is necessary at that particular time. And so we, because we are humans, we find ourselves overthinking these steps. It's all the same with our lead generation. It's all the same with generating leads, right? We think that generating leads is just to cross our legs. TeeCee would create you lead magnet. TeeCee would create you sales funnel, and you just sit down there, sitting pretty, and you just do like this, and then you chill. You can't go chilling. You cannot go chilling. You know why? Because you need traffic for the sales funnel to work. You need traffic. You need momentum. That lead magnet needs to go out. You need awareness. You need to be able to make sure that people know that what you have is available, because you need traffic to fuel your funnel, right? And so that's where you then start to, push out those awareness campaign. Talk about what you do. Show up. See, it's you. Everybody doesn't have to be like TeeCee. Everybody doesn't have to be like Allegra. But you want to find your sweet spot. You want to find your unique lead generation activity that is going to align with the people that you want to attract. It's not about you saying, I want clients. You want clients. How about you attracting the clients? Right? You would have structure, because this structure is to, is to collect, is to amplify, is to simplify, is to make whatever you have make sense. But you want to do the legwork. You want to take the step. Allegra was saying something that she jumped on a conversation. And I said to Allegra before this live that she started a conversation. Now imagine, I'm not sure why Allegra is laughing, but whichever way. So so we okay, so I was saying, right, that Allegra said she had to start the conversation. Listen, she started the conversation. It's the same way when you have these structures, you have these systems, you have those funnels, you have those back end. You need to start the conversation. You need to move. You need to know how and when to make that move, right? It's really all about plotting. We're talking about business plan. Okay, your business plan isn't going to work itself. Like, a business plan is going to direct you on the path you need to take, but you need to fuel that business plan so that it works for you, right? Because it's a two-way thing. Some people will say, oh, so does it mean I don't need a business plan? You do need a business plan, because it's the same thing as everyone wakes up in the morning. Everyone is super busy. Some of us are productive, but we're all busy. Okay, we're all busy, but some people are busy being productive. You're busy being spending time and energy and not getting anything. But we're all busy. It's the same thing, right? You want to be able to let these things that you have work for you, but you need them. Because if you tell me, okay, so TeeCee, if I can do my leg work, why do I need this plan? Right? For example, you need the plan. We're talking about analysis paralysis. You need the plan, because at that point when you start to overthink your decision, you go to your business plan. Where do I go to from here? Okay, at this stage where I've done this, what do I do next? Okay, now that is exactly where I don't know what happened, Allegra, but I'm off. Can you see me? Okay, I think you can see me now. Okay, you can see me, right? Okay, so you see, and we talk about analysis paralysis, which is basically, the art of overthinking your decision. Now, let me tell you where your business plan helps you get past this. So, for example, you start to overthink things, okay? You start to tell yourself, okay, you know what? I don't need a business coach right now. I can do it myself. Now, because you have a business plan, you can go back to your business plan and say, where exactly am I now? Where do I need to be in the next 1 month? Once you look at it, you understand where you're going to, you understand your vision, and then it dawns on you that no, you need a business coach for several reasons. And for you to get to where you need to go, like on your paper, you need that support that you need. The same way with the structures that you have, the systems that you have, all of these things. These are basically what gets you in figuring out how to navigate yourself through that part. So Allegra said she signed the contract. She signed the contract. She got the deal, closed the sale, all of that. That is because she had something working. Okay, if she was all over the place being busy, she's going to have the amazing conversation, but you see that amazing conversation might not necessarily amount to sale because she doesn't have the right structure. Because it's all about, I take the step, I have the structure, I plug it in. Right now, that is called effortless marketing. Okay, because at the end of the day, you are not, you're not striving too hard, you're not trying to, give yourself unnecessary headache to be able to make the impact, or rather get that sale. It's all waiting, it's all ready, you just need to make the move. Right, so that's basically what this is. Okay, and I just broke down how you are able to navigate structurally, how you're able to navigate using all of these tools that we keep talking about: your business plan, your funnels, your systems, your this, that structure, that this. Okay, we all face this every now and then, especially when we want to scale, especially when we are moving. We all face that analysis paralysis. Okay, we all tend to overthink our decisions, but in overthinking our decision, what do we have in our business that can pull us back, restructure us, realign us to that path where we're going to where we're going to our vision, to our $1 million goal, to our $1 billion goal. So that's basically what this is about. And that's what the masterclass, okay, the 3-day masterclass is going to be about. Mm-hmm. Over to you, Lega. I really want to know what you have to say because you're there, like, nodding your head and all. Mm-hmm.
And well, I'm back here getting comfortable because there's some triggers for me, warning y'all, right? Because one of the biggest things that I've learned in any, your business plan, your day plan, your life plan, right? Like even for those of us who are just like, okay, I want to journal, right? But I don't know what to say. Just start writing. And I think like a lot of times that's where I really like this conversation to really clarify, like, analysis paralysis, honestly, it's such a sabotage, y'all. And it does come from not having things in place already, right? Because when I get very overwhelmed, right, to TC's point, and this is what you brought up for me, TC, not only does it help you master understanding more and more about what you're building, right? Because the ideas you had last year for your business are not the ideas you had today. The ideas you had 5 years ago are not going to be the ideas you had today. So, in order to kind of keep a bank of that, to keep a bankroll of that, that's wealth. Because now you're not wasting your ideas, you're not wasting your strategy, you're not wasting, these wonderful things that are allowing you to pick up these tools even later on. And I'll give an example because one of the things for me was there were times in my business where I had to learn certain things because I was like, okay, I want to implement this in my business, right? So let me write it in a business plan. But it wasn't time. it was like, but I know at some point in time, this is where I want to bring my audience. This is what I want to do, right? And that's really part of the marketing plan. That's not the business plan, right? The business plan has the marketing plan in it. So when people don't see that, they're thinking, oh, I got to have a separation of the business, the marketing plan, and the marketing strategy. No, it all actually like is in the plan. And a lot of times what we're not doing, because we want so much of it, like, like I was talking to someone, they were like, like the gentleman yesterday, one of his questions to me, and TeeCee, before I got him on contract, I was just having a conversation. Sales is just a conversation. And when you learn those 5 steps, you'll be at ease, right? So you won't overanalyze, like, what do I want to say? What do I want to put in this conversation? Because that's what people do when they have to have a pitch, right? And you're just like, okay, I got to make sure my pitch is perfect. I got to make sure I say these keywords. I got to make sure. But if you understand that sales is just a conversation and you master the components of that conversation, you can insert whatever you want to. And that flowiness, that idea, like I remember when we used to have the pitch practice rooms back in the day on Clubhouse, and people would come to me and they'd be like, oh my God, Allegra, your pitch is so great. Or like I would have a professional, pitch master or someone say like, oh, you're ready. And I'm like, I'm not ready for anything. Just because it sounds good doesn't mean it is good. And a lot of times what we're doing is we're making it sound good. Okay. So a conversation really comes from a place where you're genuinely you understand what it is that you have to offer, and you understand how that's going to help that person. So when you feel like you got an analysis paralysis, it's because you're in your head. You're in your head. You're trying to figure out, like, what do I got to say to get this person, or what do I got to do to get this thing to go the way that I want it to go? And that's just, nothing moves by force. Okay. Like some things do, but it's not going to move freely and willingly. Right. So you have to put yourself in alignment where, like ideally, TeeCee, to your point, in the business plan, the marketing plan, if I know that I have 3 customer avatars that I need to be focused on, then I'm not out here running, all these different places talking about where do I want to market? What do I want to do? What do I want to say? I know exactly what my audience needs because I know that they work in these locations, right? They play in these locations, right? This is what kind of communication tools they like to use, right? All those things. Because if they like to get, if my customer is over the age of 45 and they're used to being sold to or being talked to through the phone, but I want to be on Instagram and social media all day, it's weird. It's very weird because what you're saying is, okay, I know my audience, but I really don't. Okay. You know your audience so well that when you show up in a place to have a conversation, that you know exactly who you're talking to or who you don't want to talk to. Because I've been in so many places where I'm like, that's not my customer. Right. So I can just have a fun, free conversation with this person and not mention business, not think about it, nothing. Right. But if I see that this person has a need or this person is in pain of some kind of way, and I have a program that can solve that pain or that can offer them support, it would be a disservice for me not to say, hey, I'm noticing something. This is what I offer. And so a conversation just allows you to kind of package that thing so that whenever you have a conversation with someone, that if it is the ideal avatar, if it is the person that really needs and wants what you have, that you're ready to have the conversation. And the action steps come into play when you're not, because let me tell y'all, last night, do you know why I got him on contract last night and I didn't wait until this morning? TeeCee. I got him on contract last night because if we didn't take the action steps then and there, what would have happened today? I'd have been like, oh, I hope he I'm going to be in my head about it all day. I'm going to be like, dang, I should have, or maybe I should call, maybe I should email, maybe I should, right? And it also trickles down to your process, right? Because if I don't have a process in place, and TeeCee will help you build your process, and knowing how to create an implementation strategy, like, hey, what happens after I talk to the person and make the sale, right? And they're like, oh yeah, I want to buy you. I want to buy from you, right? What happens then? Do you just expect this person to just hone you down until you give them the pay link? Or do you have a process to walk them through to say, okay, now that you've said that, I would love for you to go ahead and click this link, pay this amount, and we're going to meet every week for 3 months, right? That's it. And a lot of times, TeeCee, this is why I think action is more important right now, because a lot of the information has just been kind of like sitting up there in our heads, especially for a lot of people off of Clubhouse, y'all. Listen, club heads, done. Okay. Do not learn nothing else. Go and implement that thing. And whatever you have implemented, look at the results and then add more to the pot. Because at the end of the day, if you don't really implement the analysis paralysis will creep up because all you're thinking about is I didn't do what I know I need to do. I didn't do what I know I need to do. And I just want to also add this, and I know TeeCee about to chime in because she's like, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, hold on. It's well over the hour. So TeeCee, go ahead. I cut in.
No. I was loving the conversation. Like I was loving your flow because why I was like vibing to it is the fact that
I didn't do it that time. I did not do anything. Hands off. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You're not gonna get me.
okay. Okay, so no, it's fine. It's no. We have this, okay, and that's the thing with technology. We just need to flow. I'm very flexible with it. So I was saying, yeah, that I love this the part in which this conversation is going because the truth is, as entrepreneurs right now, all we need to do is start to take action. Like we're done. Like if you're not done, I'm done. Like I'm done with you know I know this. I need to do this. I need, like, we know, like, take action. Okay, implement it. Move. Just move. See, no one is ever going to be perfect. We all cannot always get it right. Okay, now, how do you know if this thing isn't going to work out if you don't take that step? Okay, if you don't move, how are you going to know what is working, what's not working if you don't audit, if you don't find out, if you don't do the research, if you don't ask yourself questions, if you don't ask people questions, if you don't take that step? How do you know? You're not going to just sit down there and expect that things will just work out that way. No, you have to make that move, right? And I feel like, I keep going back to the benefits and the potentials that the 3-day masterclass, that we have coming up is bringing to the table because we're burying it all down, like literally. I feel like it's more about action taking, it's more about implementation because you see, if you're not tired, I'm tired of people just buying courses and not using it. I tell you, Allegra, right? That was one reason why I had to start the Systems Academy. You know, well, it has always been on my mind because every time I see people tell me, oh, I bought this course, oh, I have this course. Imagine somebody was telling me that they have, like with all confidence, and I'm like, is that something to be proud of? She's like saying to me, well, I have all of these courses, I've not even had time to look at them. And I'm like, you would never get results. You would never get results. You will still be at that same place. It's not about buying courses. It's about doing the work, putting it in, taking that next step. Okay. And I said, I don't want another self-study course. I don't want another, oh, come buy this course, digital products. Everybody is nibbling on digital products. I said, we'll take digital products and I will take it and go sit down. No, it's meant to aid your DIY. Okay, it's meant to aid your digital product. It's meant to aid your DIY. It's meant to aid your beginner stage. It's meant for people who are saying, I want to do it myself. Do it yourself, then. Don't just buy the book and then, or buy the course, or buy and then you dump it somewhere. If you're going to do it yourself, then do it yourself because that's the only way you're going to get results. Okay, if you're going to, I need 10 sales. 10 sales is not just because you said you need 10 sales and then you open your mouth and say, oh, I want 10 sales. It's not going to flow from heaven and come on. Yeah, God is good all the time. It's going to help us, but He is only going to bless the work of our hands because our hands are busy. He's going to bless our feet because our feet are heading towards the path in which by the time He moves us, we are moving in that direction because we are already working. Okay, He's going to bless your activities because there is an activity going on. Okay, so you don't just stay put, cross your hands, and just think that this thing is going to happen magically. It's not. Okay, even when you have people working with you, okay, even if you have people working for you, They don't own your vision. You own your vision. And so you have to carry it. The only difference between somebody that has a team and you that don't have a team is the fact that both the little things and the big things they're doing. But you have a team, you have people working for you, you have people working with you. It doesn't erase you from the equation. What it does, it gets you and puts you on top of the equation so that you are taking high level lead generation steps, right? That's what you're doing. So let us pause. You know what? Let's not go into Q4 still thinking, still wallowing ourselves with, oh, I want to think about it. Don't think about it. Take steps. Oh, I want to think about it. If you checked your books, your plan, and you see that, okay, you know what? My next level, I need this support. I need to do this. I need to do that. Take that step. You have audited enough. Okay, you've audited all the coaches that you want to work with. You've done enough. You have interviewed enough. Now hire whoever you want to hire and start to take that step. Okay, now the idea behind saying all of these things is the fact that the masterclass is going to get you there. We're going to get you in that point where you are taking calculated steps, right? And it's not about saying it. So, I was in the class yesterday, Allegra, and I get very excited. And these people don't know how excited I get, especially when you say, TeeCee, let's do the work, and you think it's going to wear me out. It's not wear me out. You just point fuel into what is already there. I'm like, okay, let's go on. And so they were like, oh, I want you to show me, because we're trying to search research for keywords for their content, like the conversion content for sales and all of that. And we kept going in and we kept going in, and they were kept taking notes, and they're like, okay, you know what, TC, let's use ChatGPT to bring out all of these things. I'm like, yeah. And then I just set up. I'm like, okay, you know what, let's do it together. And then we went on and on and on, and they're like, TC, you literally just gave us 3 notebooks. And I said, I can keep going. Do you want us to keep going? That's because you started it. And they all started to laugh. See, the point is, it's about taking action. I said, it's all about taking action. They're like, oh, you do this effortlessly. I said, that's because I do it every day. I said, that's because I do it every day. Right? When you start to do what you need to do every single day, you will realize that it becomes effortless. Nobody was, I don't know. But you see, sales, marketing is a skill. All right? It's a skill. Everyone can learn it. You can learn it. You can use it. You need it. So why are you not implementing it? Now that's what the masterclass is going to be doing for you. We're not just going to talk about it, okay? We're going to teach you. We're going to show you how to implement it and get you to implement it. Because we also have, I don't know if Allegra has mentioned this, but we also have the one-on-one session with myself and Allegra. Now, this one-on-one session is going to guide you. That's aside from the masterclass, okay? The one-on-one session is going to guide you in the direction of action taking. Like, we're going to support you in the actions you need to take, right? So after we're done with the script, after we're done with the plug and play systems, you want to smash 30,000 this month, you want to smash 100,000 this month, you want to get your next contract deal. All of those will be answered, right? Now, why I love the masterclass that we have coming up is the fact that we're taking it even much more further, because we know that you are tired of just going through those self-study courses. We know that you are tired of going through all of those digital products. We know that you're tired of having things at the back end, like you have those tools. Some people be paying for tools for months, for years, nothing. People are making money with the same tools that you have, and you're not making any money. Instead, you're spending money. Right? Now, we are going to teach you how to get those things to work for you. We're going to show it to you. And the good part is that you have the one-on-one session. Now, the one-on-one session is where we then come with you one-on-one, and then, we get you comfortable enough to embrace what you've learned, to embrace your new reality, which is taking action on your goals, right? And so you want to plug in. Okay, Allegra already put it here. That's it. So all you need to do is comment or DM the word masterclass. So this masterclass is not for everyone. I don't know if Allegra's mentioned it, but it's not for everyone. It's only meant for people who are looking to take in action, right? Because if you're not tired, like I said, I'm tired. I'm tired of people dragging their feet. I'm telling you, I was saying to somebody the other day, no, even yesterday, I still said it. Somebody came to my DMs and wanted, I blocked that person. She wanted started to tell me, oh, TeeCee, why would you sound like that? I said, if you're not tired, I'm tired. I'm tired of people dragging their feet, right? You want to make money, you don't want to take the steps. Okay, you want people to help you to do something, but you're not ready to fuel it. And then tomorrow you would say, I'm not making money. Whose fault is it? It's your fault. So why are you blaming others? Right? And I said it in my life yesterday. I don't know if I posted it, but I think I do. Just check it on my Instagram. And I said it yesterday. I said, I don't want you in my academy if you're not ready to do the work, because I would literally drag you. I would drag you. And if you're not ready to be dragged, I don't want you there. Because if tomorrow you don't start to see results, you know what you're going to say? Oh, TeeCee did not do this. Oh, TeeCee did not do that. But you did not do the work. You did not allow yourself to be guided. You did not allow yourself to get the results that you need. Right? Now, this is what the masterclass is all about. So my point is, if you're not an action taker, if you know that you're not ready to start to see the sales, if you're not ready to start to get the clients, I used to, not now because I'm no longer working with her. I used to have a client that had issue. We started to have issue when her problem started to be she couldn't accommodate. Like, she started to get tired of having clients. I'm like, I don't get. It's either we restructure the offer, and then why I say she started to get tired is because she started to slack. Because I don't believe in being stagnant. I believe in growth. You can't be in 5,000 for how many months, for how many years. You need to move, do something else. Because when you start to stay stagnant, your audience starts to feel like nothing is happening. People like momentum, people like activity. It's just a human thing. So you can't afford to be lazy. When you kick off the engine, you move. That's how it works. So you can't afford to start now and you stop. And I said to her, she said she wanted to go on break. I said, how much break do you want to go? And she said, oh, no. I'm like, okay, fine. If you want to go on break, I'm not gonna stop you. But you can't keep your clients hanging. You can't say that you want to start a program. You get people in your program. You've collected money. Now you want to go on break. Why didn't you go on break before signing them up? Now you want to go on break after. It's like you're using their money to go on break. And then you all keep them hanging. I'm not going to be a party to this. And I said it to her. I said, I'm not saying don't go on break, but I'm saying that when you go on break and come back, you just might not meet me here. Right? And that was it. That was it for me. Because I don't want to be a party to, no, that's wrong. That, to me, somebody else might think that that's not wrong. But if I was your client and you do that to me, it's like, it feels like you took my money and then, you went on vacation with my money. How about you tell me that, okay, we're going to push it, or something else? I don't know, but it just didn't feel right to me, right? And so we want to be calculated in our steps. So my point is, if you're ready to accommodate this client, if you're ready to start to see the results, because some people do not know how to handle success. Some people do not know how to handle growth. Some people do not know how to handle progress. It's the truth. Now, if you're the one, you do not know how to handle growth, if you don't know how to handle progress and success, this masterclass is not for you. Okay? But if you're ready for the growth, if you're ready for the success, if you're ready for the sales, if you're ready for the clients, then this 3-day masterclass, okay, is for you. All you need to do is comment and DM the word masterclass to get the invite. Can't you see it's a VIP invite? Okay, that's all you need to do. Honesty, integrity, yes, yes. As much as we seek respect from our clients, these are like the little things that shows that we also respect them. Okay, self-care is good, but you want to be very intentional. All right, you don't just do things just because people say it's you own your business, you can do whatever you want to do. But respect people, respect their time, respect their money. Okay, respect the trust that they have. So if you're not ready to take action and you're not ready yet for growth, the masterclass is not for you. But if you're ready for growth, if you're ready for sales, if you want to start to see the clients, you want to start to work with clients, if you're ready for your business, okay, all you need to do is comment and DM the word masterclass to start to see the result. That's it, Allegra.
Absolutely beautiful, TC. Thank you for kind of bringing us home with that. And I just want to add a couple more things because integrity, honesty, and respect, number one, that should just be flowing from your veins, right? Because if you are that way as an individual, it's going to reflect in your business. But if you're not, it's going to reflect in your business. So we have to be very aware of that. Sometimes these are just our flaws. And if, and sometimes we don't know, right? I've had clients that they're just like, I just want to get to the money. You can't work with me because your integrity is off, right? Your goal is just to get the money, not to change lives. See, business allows you to do whatever because money really is just a tool, right? It's not the money itself. It's what it can do for you, what it can give you. So if you had someone give you everything you wanted in life and you never had to use money, you wouldn't be worried about it. So I think when we really look at the component of why are you doing the business, and this is why I always coach people, and we're going to go through this in a masterclass too, TC. I want people to do the hard things because most of the time, the things that they don't want to do is the one thing they have to. So that's why I love when you say, like, it's not for everyone, because it's not. Everyone's not going to be in a headspace to want to move. Everyone's not going to be in a headspace to want to grow. Everyone does not want to be the best CEO. Some people want just to make the money. And I can tell you how to do that. There are several people right down the street here in Midtown Atlanta that are making money panhandling right there in the middle of the street. And I guarantee you, if you add up all their dollars, they probably make more money than you do. I've literally seen this happen. It's not the fact that they can't make money. It's not the fact that the little kids on the baseball team that's selling you water bottles and the lemonade stands can't make money, right? We've seen that there's so much money to be made. It's ridiculous. There's so much money flowing out there to grab. It's ridiculous. It's about, are you going to be able to move out of your own way to do the uncomfortable things, to make the type of money for the lifestyle you desire? Because honestly, when you said earlier that young lady only wanted $500 a month, that just showed a lot about where she was out of how she really felt about herself. There ain't no way you're going to have me start a whole business and only make $500 a month. That's absolutely asinine. I would not do that because as much as it takes to have a business, as much as it takes you to take your idea, write it down, plan it out, strategize it. So you spend countless hours working on this business just to say, oh, I'm just here for money. So I think that when we're really honest with ourselves, y'all, okay, because we got to be integral and then we got to be honest with ourselves. Deep down inside why you're doing the business. And if it's not to grow it and to eventually present something for someone else to be a part of and put food on their table, because somebody comes to your job and they get a job, you now are impacting their legacy and their family. Now they can provide. So if you have a business, why not be so honoring of the fact that that business is there to support you in whatever dreams or desires that you have in your life, not just for the money. So when the conversation comes up, whereas the money is an issue, whether it's investing in yourself, because my coaching packages are very high for a reason. And when you actually, show up in a way where you can say, like, yeah, I have a goal of $5,000 thousand, right? Like something that gets you up in the morning and something that makes you feel good about, like, oh my God, I get to work on this today. The money part is not to motivate you, okay? It not because money doesn't motivate you, because as soon as you get it in your hand, half of y'all gonna spend it tomorrow. So it's not the money. Get something that's going to motivate you, that keeps you going, so that it's not just motivation, but that it inspires you to change. Because I can go to church every Sunday, get motivated, and go throughout the week and act like nothing ever changed, right? But if I'm inspired by a sermon, all throughout that week, I'm talking about it. And y'all see me, I will get on my lives and I will say, y'all, pastor talked about this week, right? Because I'm inspired. And that means that not only am I going to talk about it, I'm going to adhere to what I learned. I took notes. I wrote my notes down. I studied them. I watched the live stream my pastor did on Sunday morning. I watched it 3 times. I studied that thing, because anything that you do in your business, when you study that thing, when you show up with, integrity for your customers and your clients, when you show them that you're honest about what you do, even if you make mistakes. One of the biggest things that I love about business owners that are really working on themselves is they are so transparent about the mistakes. Like, a client and a customer can understand when you are being honest about something that went wrong and you weren't expecting it, or maybe something that you did on purpose, but you just thought it would go a different way. I just see so many people in business that they feel like they have to change who they are in order to have the business or to grow the business. So number one, reach higher. Okay. $500 is way too low to start a business. If you want $500 extra, go Uber. Okay. But if you're going to do something that creates, and I'm telling you, like I'm not that coach. I'm here to coach you on how to have a sustainable business so that you can create legacy, generational wealth, so that you can actually look back years from now and say, wow, look what I've done, right? Even if that means you're transitioning into different business stages, right? Sometimes that one business that you have is not going to last forever. You might have to sell it and then start a new business, right? And you're also establishing yourself as a brand in the market. And you're also establishing yourself as a brand in the market. And I really want to do this mostly for women and Black entrepreneurs, because we are lacking the most in that. When I look at some of these names, Disney, Kellogg's, I think Kellogg's is one of them. Welch's, right? Okay, hold on one second, y'all.
I'm not sure what's happening, but I think
Yeah, give me a second, y'all. I'm here with I'm Nana sitting, right? And so they're having these announcements on the air. It's just very rude. So I'm just gonna pause for a second. Go ahead, TC. You can end it.
okay, no, it's fine. Well, I guess it's just part of being an entrepreneur, right? But at the end of the day, what Allegra was trying to say is we want to start to take actions on the right goals, on the right steps, and that's why we're here, right? Allegra is going to coach you. I am going to teach you. I am going to show you. I am going to do it for you, right? And that's basically what it means to take action. Okay, so if you have questions, okay, yeah, before we go, we have our rooms on we have our rooms on Monday on Clubhouse. No, Monday Clubhouse at 10 a.m. We have Monday Clubhouse 10 a.m. We have on Wednesday 8 no on Wednesday 10 a.m. Eastern time on Instagram as well. Then on Thursday we have our lives on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook at 8 a.m. Okay, just hang out with us. If you have any questions about your lead generation, marketing, sales, how to do it right, how to take the right steps effortlessly. See, we're living the soft girl kind of life, okay? we don't want to stress it, because stress doesn't necessarily bring anything useful. Okay. And so we're trying to teach you, we're trying to show you how to stay effortless. We're trying to get you in the know that you are able to live the life you deserve without having consistent migraine. Okay, without thinking like the whole world is on your shoulder. Okay, you can market, you can sell effortlessly, and that's what we want to show you. Okay, so if you want to take action, you are ready to take action. I'm going to repeat myself: comment or DM the word masterclass, and I would definitely, um, yes, we will definitely send you the invites, okay, to the masterclass. I think Allegra is back. Yeah, Allegra is back. All right, Allegra, you can close us out now.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. So, so listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up there just the last time, TC. But I really want to thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hashtag replay. Let us know that you were here listening after this live is over. And also, I'm really interested in seeing what you all think about this conversation. There's so many truths to this, and I really feel like it goes really deep. Okay. That's why we want the action takers. That's why we want the people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's why we're really motivating you to step outside of your comfort zone. Because at the end of the day, if you are really not getting the results, just, to the point, effortless, it's easy when you can show up your natural self, when you can be who you are, when you can talk about the things that you know about, and you can get those results just by naturally doing that. I had a great demonstration of that last night. I had a great demonstration of that why I told y'all I took a lift to the event last week, right? If I can do it, anyone can do it. Like there's nothing special about, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people will look and say, "Oh my God, of course you can do that," right? There's nothing special about me that makes me any different than the fact that I actually do it, right? The fact that I'm uncomfortable sometimes doing it. The fact that having those times where I have to go out, or with flyers, yeah, that's uncomfortable, right? But guess what? It's still effortless because I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not out here struggling. So it's not that the process is not effortless, it's that we're making it hard. And so I just want to emphasize that because TC, one of the biggest things that we talk about a lot is taking action steps. But the problem that I'm seeing is you're not taking the action steps that are going to deem the results. I can sit here all day long and I can post on my social media and I can, oh man, I'm just going to keep posting and keep posting and keep posting. And one day someone is going to click on that link and they're going to buy from me. And let me tell you what has happened to those individuals. I have literally talked to people after they've been doing this for 6 months to a year and hadn't gotten one sale a year. And this is where the analysis paralysis comes into play. This is where the discontent and, oh, I don't want to do the business anymore. That's why your young lady was sitting there, you're doing the same things, expecting different results. It's literal insanity. And so we want to teach you how to get out of the comfort zones so that you're not consistently going through that process and having the analysis paralysis. Also making sure that you build that integrity, honesty, and respect for yourself and your business, as well as your clients. So moving forward after these 3 days, you're no longer so much in your head, but you're just following step by step. And I promise you, if you think less, you'll probably live a better life. I'm just saying. Okay, TC, let's get out of here. Y'all have an amazing, and I want y'all to make sure you connect with us. We'll be here next week. We'll also, like TC said, be here on Monday in Clubhouse. TC, I am going to talk to Tara Garrity. Maybe we can do one of these rooms in some of the other clubs just to spread the love to some of the other community members in other communities that we are partnered in. So the Mom Link, shout out to Crystal, the founder of the Mom Link. Shout out to Tara Garrity, the founder here in the community. I just want to make sure that we are consistently staying connected, right? It's not about just going live, it's about building the relationship. And so we will put some more experimentation on Clubhouse when it comes to other clubs again. So y'all stay tuned because I know that people have complained about, oh, Clubhouse, I can't find anything anymore. Well, I'm going to start scheduling those out for y'all to make sure that you have that information at the forefront. So stay tuned in the Facebook group. All right. TeeCee, anything else before we leave?
No, just for them to ask your questions. Drop us your question. You can catch us up again on Instagram, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. You can always send us a message on LinkedIn, on um, Instagram, on Clubhouse. No, not Clubhouse. Okay, let's do Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Okay, whichever is fine. And do not forget to comment or DM us the word masterclass if you are interested in the masterclass. Okay, that's it from me. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Yeah, because some of us, our weekends literally start on Thursday. So I hope you have an amazing weekend. I hope you're able to smash the end of February in style. I hope you're able to work into March happy, fulfilled, satisfied, and I pray that you are able to achieve with doing the work. Okay, achieve all that you set for yourself for March. That's it. I hope to see you all in March. Yeah, because I think the next Thursday is going to be in March. Bye.